Hi, it's Michael with you to discuss the Week 12 contest between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The notes and schedule are courtesy of the National Football League and Cleveland Browns apps, along with the television broadcast. Jacksonville started out with the football, and on the game's first play, Ronnie Harrison Jr. tackled James Robinson after a 4-yard gain, but was injured on the play and left the game. I read on Twitter from the Cleveland Browns team account and other sources that he would go on the injured reserve list. Jaguars quarterback Mike Glennon found Laviska Shenault to move the sticks on second down up to the 40-yard line as the play went for 11. Robinson moved early, which set the team back 5 yards, though atoning for it with a carry of 8 on the next snap. The Cleveland defense stiffened. After an incompletion on 2nd and 7, Terrence Mitchell made one of 6 tackles Sunday by bringing down Robinson 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage to force a punt. Logan Cook's boot forced Donovan Peoples-Jones to fair catch just inside his own 10. With the field flipped in favor of the home side, Dawon Smoot was able to get to Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield for a 6-yard setback. Running back Nick Chubb was wrapped up by Miles Jack on the next play at the 1. So on 3rd and 17, Kareem Hunt was able to give punter Jamie Gillen more room to work with. He had a good kick under the circumstances, and Jacksonville began their second series 50 yards from the Browns' end zone with more than 5 minutes elapsed in the game. The Jaguars stuck with the running game, and James Robinson, who accumulated 128 yards on 22 totes of the rock, had a pair of 5-yard advances to start the drive. And on the 4th play of the same series, Larry Ogunjobi limited James to a yard. A pre-snap penalty got the Browns ahead in the down and distance, but Tyler Eifert's catch, though not a first down, did give place kicker Aldrick Rosas a chance for the game's first points, and he was true from 54 with more than 6.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Trailing 3-0, Cleveland got a boost from special teams. Dearness Johnson, who was used often in Nick Chubb's absence due to injury at running back, showed his return skills with a 43-yard burst to the Browns' 45. The offense fed off of the play. Mayfield targeted Jarvis Landry for 21, then Chubb through the air for 14. The ball was distributed on the ensuing play to Steven Carlson for his lone catch, which went for 11. After Nick gained 4 to the Jaguars' 5, Jarvis made a fine touchdown grab from Baker to give the visitors the lead. Cody Parkey converted the extra point, making it 7-3 Cleveland with 3:40 still to play in the period. The Browns' defense would be asked more questions. Robinson was delivering after taking 2 more handoffs to start the next Jacksonville possession, totaling 28 yards. After adding 4, it was second down at the Cleveland 43. Colin Johnson took in Glennon's throw for 13. Then Mitchell interfered with Keelan Cole Sr. on the next snap, and Jacksonville had their initial red zone possession from the 18. Malcolm Smith tackled Robinson for a short gain, as Shenault hauled in a 7-yard reception to close the first 15 minutes. James got the necessary yardage on 3rd and short. After he ran for 2, the Browns' defense stiffened again with 2 incompletions by Mike Glennon, the veteran signal caller. Rosas' field goal was 30 yards closer than his first one, but the result was the same, making the score 7-6 early in the second quarter. After a touchback, Cleveland was back on offense, and Chubb gained 11 on the first 2 carries. 2 plays later, Aaron Lynch sacked Baker Mayfield, though no yardage was lost. Undeterred, he threw to Kaderil Hodge to convert 3rd and 10 up to the Jaguar 47. After Nick created 2nd and medium on his next carry, Baker hooked up with Jarvis, setting the Browns up at the 16. Chubb found space on the left side for 7. An incompletion by Mayfield in the direction of Landry meant 3rd and short. Hodge caught his second pass of the drive to continue the series. On 2 of the next 3 plays, Mayfield had a chance to throw touchdown passes. He overthrew a wide-open Rashard Higgins. Then, after Luke Barco tackled Kareem Hunt behind the line of scrimmage at the 6, Baker put too much mustard while fitting the ball into Landry. Cleveland left 4 potential points on the table because they had to settle for a field goal, and Parkey had no trouble from 24. The Browns took a 10-6 lead in the middle stages of the second quarter. Following Nathan Cottrell's run back, Jacksonville began the next possession at the 23 with a clock under 7 minutes. Mike Glennon targeted Keegan Cole for a catch of 20 on the first play. Robinson, Chenault, and Glennon helped advance the ball for a first down in Cleveland territory. Colin Johnson was wide open on the next snap, and Glennon spotted him. The touchdown put the Jaguars ahead for the second time. Aldrick Rosas was good on the extra point, and so it was 13-10. Dearness Johnson could not reach the 20, 2 yards inside of his own end zone, and with a shade over 4 minutes to go in the first half, the Browns had a long field. Aaron Lynch jumped for Jacksonville, so Baker Mayfield threw deep to Harrison Bryant on the near sideline, but to no avail, so the 5-yard infraction placed the ball at the 21. Nick Chubb took it straight up the middle for 6 and 9 on the next 2 plays from scrimmage. Then Mayfield connected with Landry to the plus 41. Hunt rushed for 4 right before the 2-minute warning. Cleveland could be proud of the next 3 plays to finish the drive. Landry's reception for 15, Hunt's 13-yard scamper, and Austin Hooper's 9-yard touchdown catch put the team back in front. Parkey made it 17-13 with 70 seconds left in the second. Still, Jacksonville had time, and they got a nice boost as Cole caught a pass on the far side for almost 20. James Robinson caught a short pass for 4, about a yard shy of midfield. After going deep to Cole, Glennon went to ex-Bengal Tyler Eifert to move the chains. 2 plays later, James was once again utilized as a receiver, and his 9-yard advance would put the Jaguars at the 36. Mike spiked the ball to give Rosas an opportunity from 54, but he pulled it to the right, and the Browns enjoyed a 4-point halftime advantage. The Browns were on offense to start the second 30 minutes, but it was not smooth sailing. Mayfield went to Bryant for a first down pass to Cleveland 35, but former Cleveland Brown Joe Schobert applied the hit and the forced fumble. Andrew Wingard scooped up the loose ball for Jacksonville to bring it back 17 yards to the Browns 30. It looked like maybe Cleveland would get the ball right back on the next play because Olivier Vernon stripped the ball from James Robinson, but the running back fell on it, resulting in a 3-yard gain. Robinson added 2 before Glennon found room up the middle, coming up a yard shy of the 20. On 4th down, Mike threw to James for 14, creating a goal-to-go situation at the 7. Robinson pounded the rock to the 2. Then Eifert was open, hauling in a touchdown, and the lead changed hands. Rosas made his PAT. Now, however, Vernon moved, so Jacksonville took the extra point off the board and decided to go for 2 from the 1-yard line. Mike Glennon's pass to Keenan Cole Sr. was no good, so Jacksonville was ahead 19-17 more than 3 minutes out of halftime. Johnson had a very good special teams play. His 32-yard kick return brought the ball out to the Cleveland 36. Mayfield started out with a short completion to Hooper, and Chubb gained a first down via the ground 1 yard past the line to gain. Mayfield threw an incompletion but was penalized for intentional grounding, causing 2nd and 21. Chubb was available in the flat. Higgins' catch on 3rd and 16 enabled them to go for it at the Jacksonville 44, needing 1 yard. Kadarrell Hodge's number was called in a big spot, and he came up clutch once again, as he did with 2 third-down receptions earlier in the game. His 10-yard catch moved the sticks to the 34-yard line. Chubb's next 2 carries resulted in 3rd and 2, but Mayfield could not connect with Hunt. So Parkey's 45-yard effort was true from 45, and with less than 7 minutes left in the third quarter, the Browns were back in front by a score of 20-19. The defense could not force a 3-and-out all day because on 3rd and 2 from the Jaguars' 28, Colin Johnson caught a 20-yard pass from Glennon. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph limited Robinson from the first down line. Then Glennon was unsuccessful on his pass to Johnson, and the Browns forced a punt with more than 3 minutes to the quarter break. Because the Jaguars picked up first down on the play, they flipped the field, and so Cleveland was 90 yards from where they wanted to go. Once again, like recent games, the running game of Chubb took its toll on the defense of the opposition. All of a sudden, the short gains were turning into splash plays for the offense for the Browns. Nick Chubb picked up 13 and 29 to place the ball at the Jacksonville 48. And after an incomplete pass, Mayfield threw to Landry for almost 15. Hunt went to the left side for 27, and Cleveland was in position to strike at the 7. Aaron Lynch committed a neutral zone infraction, so the fourth quarter began with the ball resting at the 3. Chubb did not quite get in on first down, and then Bryant dropped a touchdown. The Browns would lose a timeout since they decided to challenge it. Fortunately, they were able to get in on 3rd and goal thanks to Nick Chubb. And with 14-13 left in the game, Parkey added the point after the touchdown, so the margin was 8. The Jaguars picked up 2 first downs in their next series. The first was by Laviska Shenault to the 38 following the touchback. James Robinson broke through for another 11. Later on 2nd and 7, Sheldon Richardson got a piece of the ball at the line of scrimmage. Jacksonville stalled at the Browns' 48. And Brandon Watson downed Logan Cook's punt at the 2. Watson stopped Hunt in his tracks. Kareem looked like he helped set up 3rd and short, but J.C. Treader was called for holding, and that put the ball back at the 1-yard line. Camille Correa was injured on the play for the Jaguars. So with inside of 11 minutes to play, Landry went across the middle for 19 yards, and then after Hunt ran for 2, Baker went back to Jarvis for another 19-yard advance. Chubb imposed his will again for 28 more yards on the next 2 snaps. Things got interesting after Kareem Hunt found room to run to set up 2nd and 2 at the Jacksonville 23. Hunt was ruled to have been stopped short by Lynch, but Cleveland used their second and final challenge since they could not win a 3rd after an incorrect one earlier in the game. Though the spot was moved, reversing the call, it was still 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 2. The Browns decided to get cute by not trying a quarterback sneak or running it, needing less than a yard. So instead they passed. Granted, Mayfield's pass to Hunt, had it been completed, would have had some room to run. But it failed, and it was 4th down. And so Hunt tried running it up the gut. But there to greet him was Adam Gotsis, and Jacksonville was able to take over with about 5.5 minutes left. James O'Shaughnessy received a pass from Mike Glennon on 2nd down and 10. Then 2 plays later, Colin Johnson took the ball forward to the 49. Robinson's burst of 27 put his team on the doorstep of the red zone. After 3 straight incompletions, it looked like the Browns got the stop on 4th down as Olivier Vernon and Adrian Claiborne sacked Mike Glennon. However, Vernon's helmet made contact with Glennon's, and the ruling was that Olivier lowered his head to initiate contact, according to the play-by-play on the NFL app. The ball went from the 24 to the 12. O'Shaughnessy hauled in a pass to the 5 on 1st down, though the home side committed a false start. Robinson got the penalty yardage back +1, then scored from 4 yards away on the ensuing play. So, down 27-25, Jacksonville took aim at tying the game via the 2-point conversion. Glennon threw incomplete to Johnson, and with 2:14 left, Cleveland remained ahead. Jacksonville, having 3 timeouts and knowing the clock stopped at the 2-minute warning, did not chance using the onside kick, hoping to get the ball back potentially with perhaps a shorter field to work with if they could prevent a 1st down. Devon Hamilton got hurt on the first play after the touchback and was done for the game for the Jaguars. Meanwhile, Chubb ran for 12 on the same play, and the clock ran to the 2-minute warning. He rushed for 4 to force one of Jacksonville's timeouts, and then after Mayfield ran to the left and stayed in bounds to keep the clock moving, another timeout was used. Mayfield's pass to Chubb for 3 on 3rd and 2 appeared to seal the game, but Treader was called for holding, which stopped the clock. It made it 3rd and 12, and Mayfield then decided to go back to Chubb, and he got the necessary yardage. So with 1:25 left, the Jaguars used their last timeout, and Brandon Watson was hurt on the play. But still, not enough time for Jacksonville to get the ball back. Cleveland could run out the clock, and Mayfield was able to take 3 kneel downs to end the game. So the Browns went to 8-3, and Jacksonville exited the game 1-10. So in the standings, the order in the American Football Conference reads Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Tennessee, Buffalo, the division leaders, and then Cleveland, Miami, and Indianapolis in the wild card spots. The National Football Conference spits out this way: New Orleans, Green Bay, Seattle, New York Giants, the top four, again, division leaders. The Los Angeles Rams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Arizona Cardinals would be the wild card spots as of now. Should the contingency plan come into effect and the season were not to be completed, the 8 seeds would be Las Vegas in the AFC and Minnesota over in the NFC. So games of interest to the Browns in Week 13 includes their game in Nashville against the 8-3 Tennessee Titans. That's at noon Central Sunday. Both Cleveland and Tennessee enter with the same record. Also in the same time slot are the Las Vegas Raiders at the New York Jets, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Miami Dolphins, and the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. In the late afternoon window at 3:25, New England is still in the playoff discussion as they are in Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Monday, the Pittsburgh Steelers host the Washington football team at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, since Buffalo and San Francisco are scheduled to play at later that evening at 7:15. Tuesday, the Baltimore Ravens host the Dallas Cowboys at 5 minutes after 7. So that is how things look for this coming weekend. You can follow the North Texas Browns backers on Facebook by typing in North Texas Browns backers in the search box. On game days, the Irishman Pub on Preston and Frankford Road is where Browns games are shown during the season, so be sure to come out if you are in the Dallas area. Masks are required, so please make sure that it covers your nose and mouth. And videos and previous entries of these episodes can be found by typing in Michael Bolester Roman numeral 2 on YouTube. And I am on Twitter and on Instagram at MJBOLESTA2, as in the number 2. And then the text form of this blog can be found at http://www.mjbolesta2.wordpress.com. So http://www.mjbolesta2.wordpress.com. And thank you very much for watching. May God bless you, and please stay safe.